Hello. Today I will be presenting about Carl Rogers and the perfect person. So I think we can all agree that there really is no true perfect person. There's nobody that doesn't have any faults. One thing that we learned about in class over this semester is about the big five traits. So we have openness, conscientiousness, extroversion, agreeableness, and neuroticism. Neuroticism is one trait that I would say to be a perfect person you would want to be lower on. While it is difficult to say that being anxious and having like a negative view and outlook on certain things is a positive thing, that is probably something that can benefit people in with a small amount. But overall, I would say it would be better to be lower on neuroticism, be a more calm, a more like kind of relaxed individual. Then we have agreeableness. This is basically how helpful you are, how much you can like talk to other people and understand their situation. So agreeableness, you would pretty much want to be high on. You would want to be high on the agreeableness scale. Because if you're low on the agreeableness scale, it will be hard to work with people and build good relationships. So, as I'll be talking about Sandra Day O'Connor, the judge, I would say that she would be very very high on the agreeableness scale. She wants to do the right thing to benefit the greater society, but she is also someone who had her own ideas and felt strongly about her own ideas. She wasn't someone who would just go along with what other people say. So, given this, you could say that she was towards the middle to high end of the agreeableness scale. Something that people, as judges, do is they have to criticize everything through their own lens, their own eyes. Next, we have extroversion. As this has to do with Sandra Day O'Connor, I would say that she is quite high with extroversion. She did end up in a very public setting, being a judge, and she was also, quite well known for her very popular views, or impopular views to some people. But once she had those opinions, they became very like she made basically she made things that were not necessarily recognized by everyone more recognized. She probably was somewhat, not as outgoing when she was younger because she was training to be a lawyer, and that requires a lot of education. So maybe she wasn't, outside during college too much, but overall, she has had a very large impact and been extroverted. As far as conscientiousness goes, I would say that she would be extremely high on the conscientiousness scale, possibly like one of the highest. This would basically make her a more perfect person because she works hard, she does what she has to do, but it also does show that depending on how you look at it, it could be an imperfection because she may not be as quite creative, or I don't want to say creative, but she basically may be more set in her ways than other people. She is very organized and, wouldn't want to change too much. She probably, by the end of her career, she was very old, and she probably had a set of views, an organized set of views. As far as her openness, she was very open because she wanted, as a lawyer, you have to learn about so many ideas. I would say openness is one of the concepts we learned in class that applies most to being a perfect person. This is because someone who is open to other ideas can learn from other people, and they can kind of take the good from others and learn maybe through others' mistakes. So if they see those mistakes possibly happening in themselves, they can kind of work against that. This makes somebody who's more open, possibly more perfect. But on the other end of it, people who are less open see the world through a more like logical lens, and it's hard to say whether, you know, looking at things more practically is less perfect. I mean, the word perfect for being a perfect person, as I think most people would agree, is quite complicated, and there is no, this is why there is no perfect person. I do have some images here that I want you all to look at, and that would be